Hello everyone, welcome to my bold and beautiful Gossip Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope Story Days' Liam and Edge Sheila tricks Lee. The Strong and the Wonderful uncovers that John Finn Finnegan recounted to Steffy Forrester that his story began with a sugar also known as Janet Weber. After Finn made sense of the plastic medical procedure circumstance and how Lauren Fenmore Baldwin gave Elder sharp refreshes, he guaranteed Steffy that Sugar was indistinguishable from Sheila Carter with the exception of their toes. Finn shared how he assisted Minister with finding Sheila at that neglected distribution center, yet Steffy accepted they tracked down Sugar, all things considered. By and by, Finn demanded Sugar was the person who ended up expired at the house that evening. Steffy contended that Minister was losing it and had gotten inside Finn's head some way or another, yet Finn encouraged her to accept this was valid. Finn said this implied Steffy didn't kill Sheila, so his introduction to the World Mother was a lie. At Minister's place, he told Sheila they ought to simply go to Vegas and make things official this evening. Elder needed to wed Sheila as quickly as time permits, yet he ultimately saw she was woozy and demanded taking her to the emergency clinic. When Sheila was conceded, she heard Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, talking outside her room and inquired as to whether Dr. Finnegan could be her PCP. Before long, the medical caretaker gave Lee a few insights regarding another patient requesting her named Sheila, so Lee admitted that name used to send a chill down her spine. In any case, Lee clearly didn't think it was a similar Sheila and consented to see the patient. Before Lee entered, Sheila yanked the sheet over herself and battled to smother her chuckling. Sheila plainly thought this was a hoot as Lee welcomed her and encouraged her to pull the sheet down. After Sheila uncovered her feet, Lee saw the missing toe and appeared to be frightened as she requested the patient to show her face. At Forrester Manifestations, Liam Spencer and Edge Forrester tracked down an exceptionally occupied Trust Logan in the president office. At the point when Liam inquired as to whether Trust was all right, she genuinely didn't know how to address that inquiry. Trust at last admitted that Minister was correct and conveyed the report about Sheila being alive. In spite of the fact that Edge thought Trust was purchasing Minister's babble, she said she dropped at seeing Sheila and really talked with her. Trust shared what she'd found out about Copy Sugar dying all things considered and thought it was insane to figure out Sheila was a casualty in this. Edge protested Trust utilizing casualty to depict Sheila and struggled with trusting her cases. Liam was stunned also on Thursday's B&B episode, yet expectation demanded she knew for sure that Sheila Carter lived on. The Striking and the Delightful say Sheila is back whether the Forresters, Logans and Spencers like it or not, so we'll welcome you more expectations on all the anarchy that is coming up. Lee assaults Sheila Finn's profile mother bond horrifies Steffy. The Intense and the Delightful uncover that Steffy Forrester will reel now that John Finn Finnegan is demanding that Sheila Carter is alive and not the lady Steffy disposed of at the Bluff house that evening. Despite the fact that Steffy will feel like there should be some misstep, Finn will remain by his cases and inclination Steffy to consider this to be uplifting news. Steffy recently felt some responsibility for ending a day-to-day existence, however she likewise breathed easy in light of the way that Sheila was gone until the end of time. When Steffy acknowledges that Finn is coming clean, she'll need to truly make sense of an entirely different arrangement of complexities. Steffy will be shocked when she understands Finn really needs to bond with Sheila and believes she's a changed lady. Obviously, Sheila might have changed in some way or another, however she's clearly still a rascal. That is apparent in view of all the tomfoolery Sheila's having at the emergency clinic, where she mentioned Lee Finnegan as her primary care physician. Sheila is concealing under her sheet and flaunting those 9 toes of hers to play with Lee, who appears to be really stunned now that she's beginning to understand what's going on here. Like Steffy, Lee won't have any desire to accept this as conceivable either, so she might stick to trust that those 9 toes have a place with another person, that is until Sheila at last uncovers her face. By then, there'll be no preventing common decency in front from getting Lee, who'll go crazy and request replies. Sheila might concede Finn helped save her life and insult Lee about how he presently acknowledges they need to take full advantage of this additional opportunity. We wouldn't rule it out for Lee to rush toward Sheila and attempt to choke her. It seems to be a trick facilitator was associated with their forthcoming B&B scenes, so Minister Sharp, Sean Cannon, may get back to track down Lee with her hands around Sheila's neck or holding her under a pad. Regardless, Sheila might have misjudged exactly the way in which Furiously will be once she gets refreshes on her most awful foe's endurance. On the other hand, this could really help Sheila out and cause her to seem like significantly even more a casualty, which is something she's unquestionably cherishing at this moment. The intense and the lovely spoilers say Lee will have a furious response to seeing Sheila, so stay with us for additional expectations on all the show that will warm up. Edge questions trust, Sheila solicitations Lee, Steffi learns reality. The intense and the delightful show that John Finn Finnegan is very energized that Sheila Carter is alive. Finn attempts to figure out how to tell Steffi Forrester. Elder Sharp maintains that Sheila should go to Las Vegas to get hitched this evening. Coming up on The Strong and the Wonderful. Sheila prods Minister about her wedding band. Sheila feels somewhat woozy and Minister demands she go to the clinic. Trust Logan, Annika Noel, looks into Sheila passing on the web. B&B recap Thursday, May 9th, Edge questions trust, Sheila solicitations Lee, Steffi learns reality. Edge Forrester, Torsten K., and Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, come in. Liam gets some information about to work Elder out of the Sheila is a live absurdity. Trust says Elder isn't insane, he's right. Sheila is alive. The Strong and the Wonderful spoilers, Edge Forrester can't trust his ears. The Intense and the Wonderful spoilers uncovers that Edge blames expect succumbing to Minister's rubbish. Edge and Trust quarrel over Sheila's passing. Trust lets him know she saw Sheila with her own eyes. Trust was hellbent on causing Elder to pay attention to her until she saw Sheila. Trust lets Edge know that Sugar, Kimberlyn Brown, was the person who Steffi killed. Trust isn't imagining this, Sheila is alive regardless of whether they like it. Edge actually doesn't really accept that expectation and she makes sense of that Sugar is the person who Steffi killed, not Sheila. Moving. B&B spoilers, Steffi's authority danger, Finn should pick, mother or child. Edge says Sheila was a casualty in all of this. Trust makes sense of that Sugar grabbed Sheila and locked her away in a distribution center. Edge says this is excessively unrealistic. B&B spoilers, Sheila Carter believed that should astonish Lee Finnegan. Sheila is as yet dazed, and Minister tells her she ought to have paid attention to Finn and gone to the medical clinic. Elder demands she go get looked at. Sheila at last concurs and they are wanting to make their wedding arrangements. Minister has Sheila looked at into the trauma center and goes to his vehicle to get his telephone. Sheila and the medical attendant discussion about her commitment. Sheila requests Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, to be her primary care physician. Lee is shocked to discover that this patient's name is Sheila. Lee says the name Sheila used to send a shudder down her spine. Sheila snickers as Lee discussions to her. Sheila pulls the concealment to uncover her 9 toes. The striking and the wonderful spoilers, Steffi Forrester finds out about Sugar. Steffi continues to ask Finn to tell her going on. Elder says everything starts with Sugar. Steffi inquires as to whether Finn knows Sugar. Finn says this will be difficult for Steffi to accept. Moving. The Strong and the Delightful spoilers, Steffi Forrester transforms into a fury beast thus. Finn says it was hard for him from the start, yet it is genuine. Finn tells Steffi that Sugar very closely resembles Sheila. Steffi asks what this lady has to do with Sheila. Finn says it closely relates to Sheila. Finn makes sense of that Sugar very closely resembled Sheila. Finn makes sense of that Sugar and Sheila could be indistinguishable twins. Finn says Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman, is the person who informed Elder concerning Sugar. The main distinction is that Sugar has every last bit of her toes. Finn makes sense of how he and Minister track down Sheila in the stockroom. Steffi lets Finn know that Sheila is dead. Steffi says this is insane, Minister got into his head. Finn realizes this is a shock, however it is reality. Steffi didn't kill his birth mother, she is alive.